Good morning, boys. It's Tuesday, 9th February 2021. Please ensure you write the date. And we are reviewing fractions. We are reviewing what are fractions. So, boys, who can remember what are fractions? Right? A fraction is a piece of a whole object or number. It's a piece. All right? All right, so I have this here. If I do that, this is a fraction. These are fraction. They are piece. A fraction is a piece of a object, or it could be a number. Right? But the only way we can name a fraction is if the fraction is divided, or object is divided into equal parts. For example, if we look here, this first rectangle here, it's not divided into equal parts, so we can't say, well, this is a half or a quarter or whatever, because the fraction is not divided into equal fractions. It must be divided into equal parts for us to name the fraction. For example, we have the rectangle here divided into two equal parts, so we know it is divided into halves. Halves, right? Come here, halves again. Two equal parts. If we come here, the fraction is divided into four equal parts. We can see what fraction is divided in red. It's one part out of four equal parts. It's a quarter. What fraction is shaded green? Two parts out of four equal parts. That'll be 2 over 4. All right? Remember, the fraction has two main parts. You have the number on top is called the numerator, and the number at the bottom is called the denominator. Numerator, denominator. Remember, D down below, nu on top, denominator down is on the bottom. Alright, so let's look at some shapes and see what fraction is shaded in these shapes. So let's look at these shapes and let's see if we could write the fraction with the numerator and denominator. Remember, the bottom number tells us how much equal parts the whole is divided into. And the top will tell you how much is selected or shaded. Alright, so the bottom tells you the total number of equal parts is divided into. And the top will tell you which part is shaded or selected. Alright, so let's go. How many equal parts is it divided into? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number 4 will go here. This one here, how many parts is it divided into? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 will go here. Alright, let's go with this one. How many equal parts we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 will be the denominator. Here we have 2. So what will go to the bottom here? With 2. So let's put in those numbers. Right. So let's see now if we can decide what fraction is shaded. We can say we have 4 equal parts. How many parts are shaded or selected? 1, 2, 3. So it will be 3 out of 4 equal parts. So let's write that. Right? 3 quarters is divided into 4 equal parts are quarters. Right? 3 quarters. Let's go to the next one. It's divided into 4 equal parts. How many parts are shaded or selected? 1, 2. So we're going to have 2 over 4. Let's look at the next one. We have 10 equal parts, so it's 10 the denominator. How many parts are selected? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what goes on top here? 4. Let's look at the heart. It's divided into 2 equal parts, so we have the denominator of 2. How many parts are selected? 1 part. Let's look at the next one. We have 1, 2, 3 equal parts. How many parts is selected in red? We have one part. Alright, so let's go on. Let's look at this one here. How many equal parts is this square divided into? You see, it's not divided into equals parts, so we can't write what fraction this is because the whole is not divided into equal parts. Look at the circle. Can we name the fraction here? No, we can't because it's not divided into equal parts. Look at this one. See, we can't. So in order to name the fractions, the whole must be divided into equal parts. The bottom number tells you the total number of equal parts the fraction, the whole is divided into. And the top part tells you how many parts were selected. So you see in this here is 3 parts out of 4 equal parts. 2 parts out of 4 equal parts. 4 parts out of 10 equal parts. 1 part out of 2 equal parts. 1 part out of 3 equal parts. And if we look at the green which is selected, it will be 2 parts out of 3 equal parts. But when we come to these, we can't name the fraction because these wholes are not divided into equal parts. It's like you take a pizza, and instead of cutting the equal parts, you just tear it. And your friend get a big piece and you get a small piece. And then somebody say, well, I get the bigger half. You ever hear that? That is wrong. There's no such thing as a bigger half. When you talk about half, you're talking about 2 equal pieces. So there's no such thing as a bigger half. So, we just use it to say, I get the bigger half though. No, you got the bigger piece. Alright? So today what we're going to be doing, we're reviewing fractions. We're going to give you some worksheet now and you're going to write what fraction is shaded. Good morning, boys.